Well, I am from England. I'm from Oxford in England. I'm 21 and I'm a singer-songwriter. And my music is kind of acoustic, a bit folky. Yeah. The morning is a lyric that comes up quite a few times in the album. And also the morning is the first part of the day, and you know, this is kind of my first album, and hopefully the first of many. So yeah, that's why it's called The Morning. I think with the EPs we had very specific view, and I wanted them to be very kind of lo-fi and not very polished, and you know, all demos or monitor mixes, and I wanted to be able to give people that sense of discovery, I guess, of you know, hearing the very first version of a track. Sorry. Whereas with the album, it was a lot more, you know, I needed it to sound as good as it could be, because it was the final product, and this was the thing that, you know, there wasn't going to be another thing after this where the track would improve or anything like that. So it's very important to me to have the album polished and you know, the final versions of the songs. Whereas the EPs, I really wanted them to be early versions, and so that people could get that sense of discovery. It's things that I've lived through, or people that I've met, or people that I haven't met, and everything that I will only ever write a song if I've felt what I'll be singing if I sing the song, and a lot of the songs are kind of about me growing up, or about my experiences, you know, with relationships or with my friends. So yeah, they're all things that I've kind of lived through. For me, I think track 4, which is called Outgrow, that is a very important track to me, because it was written about my childhood, and it was written about my family, and you know, a lot of my songs tend to be, I don't know, kind of sad, and this one for me makes me feel very happy, because it makes me remember, you know, when I was younger, and with my family and my childhood. So I think that's probably the most special for me. Yeah, it was brilliant. You know, at the start, the kind of reason that I was uploading videos to YouTube was to teach myself guitar. I only learned guitar when I was 16, and I taught myself. So YouTube for me was a great tool to be able to teach myself guitar, and I didn't think anybody would watch it and you know, watch the videos, and so that was great when people started actually listening. And then at that time, I was doing a lot of gigs as well around where I'm from, and I really wanted to have a CD to give to people at the end of the night. So I bought a lot of CDs to be made for an EP, and I put it on iTunes, and Warner heard the EP, and it did a lot better than I thought, and so they said they really wanted to work with me. I mean, compliments to me. You know, I'm a big fan of Ed Sheeran. I'm a big fan of Ed Howard, and to be compared to that kind of music is great. Personally, I think it's quite a lazy comparison, and I think that, you know, if you listen to me and then Ed, or if you listen to me and then Ben, you can tell the difference quite easily. But I will take it as a compliment to me, and you know, if I have a quarter of their success or a quarter of their talent, I'd be very, very happy. So, like you said, I've just released the album, and we're doing festivals at the moment. It's summer at the moment, you know, the kind of festival season, and so we're doing those, and at the moment as well, I'm writing a lot for the second record, and then hopefully we can finish this year. I've got a big tour coming up, September, October, November, and then get in and do the second record, I hope. I have always wanted to play a gig in Spain. I love Spain. For some reason, the kind of logistics and you know, the kind of travel arrangements have never worked. However, if we could come to Spain tomorrow, I would, and I'd be very happy to come. So I'm sure it'll happen soon. It was amazing. Birdie is fantastic, and her kind of crew and her band are amazing, and she is massive in Australia, and I was so grateful, you know, that she'd take me over there, because we played some amazing venues. We played 3 nights at Sydney Opera House, and that wasn't even like kind of the best venue on the tour. So it was amazing. I'm forever grateful and for her, you know, to take me there. So yeah, I really enjoyed that tour. There are lots of people. I think at the moment, well, for a few years now, I've been listening to an Australian artist called Matt Corby, who is a fantastic kind of singer-songwriter with an amazing voice, and I think that I'd love to share the road with him and be able to kind of pick his brains and you know, listen to him sing every night. I think that would be amazing. So yeah, it'd probably be him. Well, when I started playing guitar and teaching myself guitar, I was listening to a guy called City and Colour, who was kind of a really big influence for me at the start. He really shaped how I wrote music and how I learned to play the guitar. And then kind of moving on, I'd say Bon Iver was a big influence for me and still is. This Matt Corby as well, I'm kind of a big fan of him, and he's really influenced me recently. And then Death Cab for Cutie, I think, have also been a big influence. Probably one with any of those artists. I'd hate to say Matt Corby again, but it may be him, because he just has a fantastic voice, and he's making the music that I really kind of long to listen to, and I could listen to him forever. So yeah, I think it'd be him. There are quite a few. I think Death Cab for Cutie have a song called "Brothers in a Hotel Bed," and it's kind of been my favourite song for a very long time. I think it's fantastically written. The lyrics are lovely, and it really resonates with me. So I think that would be the song that I would like to have written. There have been some people who have travelled, you know, on planes and stuff to come to my gigs, which is just amazing. You know, I never thought that would happen. There are people who have got tattoos of my lyrics, and I think that's amazing. So there are lots of things, I think, but I think that getting tattoos of my lyrics is something that I don't think I could ever get used to. It's an amazing feeling there. So thank you very much. Thank you for having me, and I hope to see you soon.